All right, so this is a cook lunch with me video. What we're having today for lunch is like a breakfast skillet. So we're gonna have some diced potatoes, some egg whites, and a whole bunch of vegetables. So I chopped these all up yesterday, if you can see. Lots of bell peppers, onions, mushrooms, spinach. We're gonna throw all that in a pan with a little bit of minced garlic and some other seasonings, and we're going to enjoy. So first thing I did was use a little bit of olive oil. So I just kind of guesstimated. I grabbed a tablespoon, used about half a tablespoon, but since I'm in a fat loss phase right now, I'm going to go ahead and track like 2/3 of a tablespoon just to be safe. That's what I usually recommend. If you are going to guesstimate things using measuring cups and stuff like that, and and if you're going to have like lots of meals out, definitely always over guesstimate those things, especially the meals out. Meals out, even if like a restaurant lists their calorie or nutritional information, it's always going to be probably 20, 30, 40, maybe even 50% off, just because the person making your food does not care about your macros. All they care about is making the food taste as delicious as possible, which means using lots of cream, adding extra butter, cooking oils, all those types of things. So, yeah, so right now I'm scrambling the potatoes. So I'm using 2 servings of these potatoes that you can find in the fridge section. Super convenient. I threw those in. I've already got the onions in since those take the longest to saute and soften up. Gonna let these cook for a few more minutes. You can see it's getting kind of golden brown. Almost dumped all of my potatoes on the floor, but they're kind of browning up, starting to look good. Then we will throw in the bell peppers. We'll let those cook for a couple minutes. Then add in the mushrooms, and then finally we will throw in the spinach, since you know how spinach only needs like 30 seconds and it wilts up completely. Uh, then we will add the seasonings. I think I'm just using minced garlic, salt, pepper, and there's something else. Oh, oregano. So I'm gonna mix those all in, and then we will pour in the egg whites. So this whole meal is like 400, 450 calories. It's got 40 to 50 grams of protein, tons of fiber. So right now it's like 11:30 a.m. This is going to keep me feeling full until probably like 5 p.m., 4:30, 5 p.m. So if you are in a fat loss phase and you're kind of struggling with the hunger a little bit, make sure that most of your food choices are nutrient dense foods that have lots of protein, lots of fiber, and they're going to keep you filled up. Not to say that you can't still fit in those fun things or those calorically dense foods. I definitely encourage that, but you do want to keep those in moderation. And if you are struggling to either keep them in moderation or, again, struggling with the hunger, then minimize those things and stick to mostly nutrient dense foods. All right, so these potatoes are starting to look pretty good. Now we're going to throw in the bell peppers. So we got some green bell peppers and some yellow bell peppers. And like I said, I chopped all this stuff up yesterday to save me some time. I'm going to eat this same meal 4 days. So I'm going to eat the same meal Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for lunch. And then we'll figure out what we're going to have for lunch after that: Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whatever. But yeah. Also, I know it's super easy for me to do this because I do work from home and I've got a lot of schedule flexibility and things like that. So I have to acknowledge that. But even if I did go into the office or if I worked somewhere else, I would still get in the routine of cooking this every night the night before, and I would just put it in some glassware and take it to work and either eat it cold or heat it up in the microwave real quick. So I know that that can be an obstacle, especially if you've got a long commute and stuff like that. But most obstacles you can overcome with a little bit of effort and some habit change. So we're going to let these saute for a little bit longer. I'm probably not going to keep this video going throughout the whole entire meal prep here because it is probably going to take like 10 or 12 more minutes. And that would be too long of a video. Bell peppers are already getting a little soft though. Sometimes when I'm doing this, I'm too impatient. Like I'm too impatient to let the vegetables get as soft as I would like. So sometimes I eat the veggies when they're a little harder, a little crunchier. But I'm not that hungry today. Not super hungry. I had a really good breakfast, so no rush today. We can let these vegetables get soft. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw in the mushrooms. We'll probably add like another third tablespoon of oil here in a second too. That's another thing. If you're in a fat loss phase, be careful with all the oils, butter, things like that. Even if you're cooking with it, those calories still count. And it's very easy to go overboard with those types of things because, yeah, you're basically just eating a concentrated fat source. And as you know, fat has 9 calories per gram. So if you eat a tablespoon of olive oil, probably won't do that much for satiety, but a quick way to get 120 calories. Whereas to get 120 calories from all these veggies, that's a lot of veggies, and you're going to be pretty full. So just something to be aware of. All calories count. Calories in your dipping sauces for certain meals. I once had a client who would have a Chick-fil-A pretty regularly, like for lunch, and he would log the nuggets or the grilled nuggets or whatever he got. But I would never see, like in his food logs, the sauces. So I'm like, are you some kind of maniac who eats chicken nuggets without some Polynesian sauce or Chick-fil-A sauce, or did you forget to track those? Sure enough, you forgot to track them. And hey, if you're having Chick-fil-A sauces, even 2 of those, that's like 340 calories that's missing. And most of my clients I try to have in like a 300 to 500 calorie deficit. So if you're missing 350 calories, and also if you're missing that, there's probably other things that you're missing throughout the day too that could add up to 500, 600 calories. And not only are you not even in a deficit any longer, you might even be in a small surplus. So got to be aware of those things. You don't want to be OCD, nothing like that. You want to have lots of flexibility, but we do have to account for everything. And as humans, very easy for us to miss some things. So, all right, that's all I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to finish cooking and eating my lunch. I'll probably post a picture to accompany this, but just want to share with you my breakfast skillet, I guess, and talk about some fat loss stuff since I'm currently going through a fat loss phase. But hopefully that is helpful. Let me know if you have any questions or comments below, and thanks for watching.